Greetings, greetings. I said I wasn't coming back on until we got some new tea or something new on this story. And it looks like we got something new on this story. I also said no audio, no content. And although I still have not heard the audio. Y'all hit that like button. There's four of y'all in the clouds. And that's okay. Y'all can stay in the clouds. Hit that like button for me if you would, sugar. I appreciate it. It's okay to stay in the clouds. I ain't gonna be on here long because mama's sleepy. I'm tired. I'm tired. Hey, the Bushes. Hey, Sugar. Hey, T Davis. So, was y'all over in Williams live? Let me ask this. Hey, Earl, was y'all? Did y'all see all these lives that's happened this weekend? Did y'all see? Um, hey, Denise. Hey, Sugar. Uh, just being me. Hello, hello. Uh, good evening. Good evening. Hey, T Davis. So, was y'all over in Williams Live? Did y'all catch? Okay, so y'all called St. James. We got to start with St. James and the live when Pastor uh, Justin Edward came up last night and said that St. James was not telling the truth, that there was no audio of him. Basically he said, I didn't record. What Pastor Edward said is that he did not record Bishop Bernard Jordan. He pretty much went in on uh, uh, St. James last night. In fact, he pretty much ate St. James up really last night. And look at these Zetas coming up in here. Look at these Zetas coming up in here. Hey, Moonchild, please. Catherine Powell. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. So, so he pretty much said that he didn't record it. He didn't record them. He was very adamant. Now, Pastor Justin, I'm tired, y'all. I should have waited till the morning to do this video, but I said I'm gonna just do a quick and talk about, ask y'all, was he vindicated, and get on off of here. But I'm tired, so hopefully I can get through this. So I'm gonna be forgetting names and stuff because I'm tired. But Pastor Justin Edwards, or is it Edwards with an S or Edward without an S? But sir, I sent you a message on Instagram. If you want to come, if you want to use my platform to tell your side, you're more than welcome to do that, Pastor Justin Edward. I did Instagram him. Let me just put that out there like that. I Instagram him and I invited him over to my channel if he wants to tell his side, Pastor Justin Edwards. So having said that, he, like I said, he went in and everybody got a good kiki out of it, of him jumping on St. James show last night. Now, I think it was honorable and I think it showed good character that St. James apologized to him. St. James said, look, if you're saying that you did not record him, if you're saying that you never did this, and if you're saying it wasn't you and all of that, I apologize. In fact, St. James did not say if. He said, I apologize. He just went ahead, and I thought that was showing good morals, good character, integrity, and all of those things. It was a good thing to do. And I hope that St. James don't regret it because it showed good character. But now William done come out here and said that he heard the audio and he played some of the audio, but that audio for me was so scratchy that I couldn't make out nothing. I couldn't make out a voice or any words. Let me be clear on that. I could not make out a voice nor words on the audio that William played. Now, somebody did Instagram me, somebody did DM me and tell me That was Pastor Edward's voice. They said it's distorted, but that's his voice. I can't. That's what it was told to me, and it wasn't told to me by St. James or none of Bishop Bernard Jordan. And I'm gonna use the word camp just for this conversation, y'all. So don't get all hooked up in that. But it wasn't anybody from that side or that camp. It was a neutral party that said that's his voice. I recognize his voice. So I don't know. Yes, William did say that he would post it, but my problem with it is if you're saying it's the man's voice and you're acknowledging it's his voice, why are you distorting the voice? Let us just go ahead and hear it. You already said it's him. So I have an issue with it being if you're gonna tell it all the way. You know what I'm saying? You already said the man's name. But yeah. But he said I'm assuming he gonna put it up on Instagram. Yeah, because ain't none of us could make none of that. That wasn't clear. But according to William, on that Monday, and y'all know that they did go out to eat. We saw it over there on Thais went live when William, Thais, and Larry went out to eat. According to William, they went over to the Cheesecake Factory. And he said, when they went over to the Cheesecake Factory, Larry played the audio, that Larry played the audio for them. And he heard it with his own ears. And he said it was Justin Edwards on the audio. And from what I gathered from William, that what that audio contained, the context of that audio, or the content of that audio, was something about Bishop Bernard Jordan financing a apartment or a penthouse for Justin Edwards. Now, here's what I believe. This is just what I believe. And I got some witnesses. That I said this last week when the talk first came out about these recordings. I got some witnesses. I said this to numerous people. Let me see what Faithful Wisdom say before I say that. No, it doesn't vindicate St. James. Why would plaster warning and beware of Pastor Justin if you had no proof? Just what was told to you. William did the same thing tonight, saying he heard something and saw. Well, William said he heard the audio. That's what William said. He heard the audio. And St. James did apologize. So does that count for anything? He apologized. But he apologized, and then 2 hours after the apology, another witness came along and said there is a recording. Now, I will say this: perhaps Pastor Edwards did not record it. Maybe he didn't record it because he's pretty adamant. He's pretty adamant that he didn't record nobody. So maybe he didn't record anybody. Anyway, but according to William, okay, so I was saying, my thoughts were, I said, we're going to keep being told about these audios. It's the audios. And in the meantime, all of these accusations being thrown out about Bishop Bernard Jordan, he may like me, and he attracted this and attracted that. I've seen this game played before, and I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm saying this was what I was thinking was happening. That people was going to keep on planting the seed of deception, keep on planting this seed of he might have had this affair with a man, and say this over and over and over again. So when the audio did come out, even though none of that was on the audio, but it was said so much that even though we don't hear it on the audio, there's no receipt of it. We would believe what we've been told over and over and over and over and over again. because you keep telling something over, hearing something over and over again. After a while, it becomes truth in your mind. I don't know whether that's true or not because we still have not heard the audio clearly, and we still have not heard all of it. But if all Bishop did was help this young man get an apartment, I don't see anything. I don't know how we're going to jump from him helping this young man get an apartment to there was some type of relationship going on, romantic type, intimate type relationship going on. I don't know how you get from one to the other. Faithful Wisdom says, good character is getting your receipts and definitive proof before you slander and post pictures of individual visuals. They have families, kids, friends, reputations, jobs. People focus on that now. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And he did apologize. But listen, the truth is that's not how everybody else that's not how everybody's gonna run their channel. That's not how everybody's gonna do their um that's not how everybody's gonna do their content. That's just not how everybody's gonna do their content. And so as adults, knowing that when we do actions, there's consequences and repercussions to it. Every time I talk to somebody in a DM, I know that it could possibly be played. I know that. I know that. Would it be right for people to do it? No, but I know that it could happen. So recording people, if you're recording someone, is that nice? So I ain't trying to justify anything. I'm just trying to give all sides of it. I'm just trying to give all sides. So your opinion, Tracy, is that he came on and was saying that the pastor was a snake, and that was wrong because that was slandering the man's name. But if he recorded him and that's St. James' opinion, then St. James have a right to his opinion based on that man's actions. Okay. I mean, I ain't arguing with you. You have a right. You have a right to your thoughts and your opinions. You certainly have a right to your thoughts and your opinion. Hey, zero likeness. How you doing, sugar? So, but here's the thing: you're doing a whole lot of fussing at William, but William was not the ones who put out the emails. He wasn't the one who was passing around the audio or any of that stuff. This didn't originate with William at all. It wasn't William that was passing out emails to anybody they can get it to, saying there's some audio, and then making accusations about what the audio is. Got to think about that too. And you also got to think about how Bishop Bernard Jordan feels, with these audios and these accusations being out about him. So I think that he and Pastor Edwards are they're both in the same boat with these accusations, because both of them have responsibilities and stuff like that, families and churches and stuff like that. So why? Let's go back to the originator who put this stuff out. What was their motive? What was their purpose? Why did they do it? Knowing that this man had children, knowing that this young man had a church, knowing all of this, why even spread that around and try to get it to everybody and put these thoughts in people's heads? Same person is the common denominator to all of this. LR sent it out but didn't play it on his channel. Wanted others content creators to play it. LR and Thais helped William pay his bills. Yeah, I don't know who, honey. I don't know who lying in whose pocket, who's paying whose bills. I can't speak to nobody's bills but my own, but I do welcome all comments. I think the bigger question is, why would Jordan send St. James to the internet when he didn't have proof? Did he send him to the internet? I mean, St. James is a grown man. He made his own decision. But it, St. James. One thing about it, St. James kept saying over and over again, something to the effect of, "I trust the person who I got this information. The person I got this information from, I trust what they said." He said that numerous times. So that could have been Bernard Jordan, or that could have been William, because y'all remember William was the one who said he sat up there at the Cheesecake Factory and heard the recordings. William said he heard it. So did St. James. We don't know. We're making a lot of assumptions. We assuming that Bernard was the one who told it. Could have been William. I don't know. Y'all, it's a lot of things we still yet don't know. There is a lot of stuff that we still yet don't know. And so I just wanted to know if y'all think that this vindicates St. James. Faithful Wisdom says no. He said William, a trusty source. Anyway, I'm assuming that's what that paper face is for. Is he's not a trusted source. So hey, Sean Talks. So does this vindicate St. James? Faithful Wisdom says no. There's 86 more people in the chat. What the rest of y'all 85 people say? We're only being told 10% of the story. I feel like LR and the Jordans are playing all of us. Jessica feel like we're being played for content. Interesting. One other thing I found very interesting in that live, and in the live I typed in there, and I think I said this the other day too. Larry's camp is very divided, very, very divided. You have I do recall saying this the other day. You have William, who don't like Conscious TV. Thais don't like Conscious TV. Conscious TV don't like neither one of them. And I found it interesting that William said that Thais called him and said Larry done gave those audios over to Conscious TV. And Thais made it clear on his show that he didn't agree with that move, with Larry giving Conscious TV those audios. But I just find it interesting that there's division, among them, and that Thais, now I understand why Thais and William are holding strong with each other. They holding strong with each other. Yeah, I find that interesting. Let's see. J.R. Redmond said St. James did a honorable thing by apologizing to Justin. However, Sir William will call a spade a spade. Yeah, ain't gonna be no apology. Ain't gonna be no apologies for William. And he was in there, honey. Yes, South Carolina guy. Yes, Conscious TV is the South Carolina man that William was referring to. Conscious TV went live 3 times. The first time he went live, he was talking about the emails, and he didn't play the audio, but he just showed a little picture of an audio, but he didn't play it. And then he went live twice after Pastor Edwards got on St. James' show that day. He went live today. In fact, earlier today he went live. Why didn't Bernard Jordan in St. James chat when Pastor Justin was answering questions like he did last night? Why didn't? I don't know. That's questions you have to ask Bernard Jordan. He need the holiday money. Well, I tell you what, I don't do Qumma. My family do, but I don't really participate in Christmas, like running out buying stuff and all that. But I sure do have some trips that I need paid for, and they sure helping me pay for them. Because every time I hit this button, commercials, the commercials is in it. The Google AdSense is running. Let's see. Catherine Powell said, I listened to Marcellus earlier and I agree with everything he said. I need to go over there and watch his video. I missed a lot of it. Because there was so much happening at the time that I missed his video. I missed Thais' video. Got to go back and catch up with Thais and Marcella's video, but it's gonna be tomorrow because I'm going night night. Sean Talk said that she think that St. James is vindicated and that he is owed an apology. But you know that ain't gonna happen, right? You already know that's not gonna happen. So we gonna see what happens. It looks like there's a little food on the wall, but the food is murky. the colors ain't clear yet to me. The colors still ain't clear yet to me. Hey Adonis, is it? I can only make out the Adonis part. I don't think this vindicates him. He said some really nasty, defamatory things about Pastor Justin, and hopefully Pastor Justin will seek legal counsel. Okay. But what if he is indeed on that? Let me ask you this. If that is Justin on the recordings, if that is his voice on the recording, what will be his legal, what will be the lawsuit if that's his voice on the recordings? Because basically what St. James said was that his opinion of him is that he was a snake. So what would be the basis for the lawsuit? I'm not saying you can't, anybody, if you think you've done wrong, then that's what the courts are for. But what would be the basis for the lawsuit? I was just listening to Matt Church Disease. I'm trying to catch up with everybody. Lord, I know. I saw Bernard Jordan and Manasseh and Williams chatting, dropping large super chats. Yes, they did. Manassas dropped a $4.99 one because William asked for it. William said that he, was thinking somebody was in the chat and was hoping somebody in the chat dropped him a $4.99 super chat, and he got it. And earlier, Bishop Jordan dropped in and dropped a $2.99 super chat. Oh Lord, the mall. William said a whole lot of stuff, but didn't Larry Reed and Bernard Jordan, and he was in the mall at the same time. William wasn't there. I don't think William was there. But now he claimed he heard Pastor Justin's voice on the recording. When did William meet Pastor Justin to know his voice? Well, anybody can know his voice because I know his voice because I heard him preach this morning. We heard his voice over there on St. James. William gave a whole history of going back to something going on with Ernest Pugh. Now, I didn't think none of that was necessary to give, but y'all know William. Hey, Lady Sparkles. Hey, Sugar. So yeah, he's live stream. He's a preacher. So if he's preacher, you hear his voice. Hear his voice. Now, so y'all make sure y'all go see Dr. Blue. Dr. Blue did a video. She must be a pre-prophet, not a post-prophet. But anyway, Dr. Blue did a video and she was saying if there is audios that in the day that we live in with AI, they need to be authenticated. So we need an authenticator to authenticate the voices. I do agree with that, especially since they're distorted, which I don't understand why, if you're already saying that's the man. Tonight is why I'm looking at the Jordans funny. I feel like it looks like they were not supporting St. James. Well, if that's the case, if they didn't have his back, perhaps perhaps that's why William came out, and that's why they gave William the $2.99, because maybe William came out here to fix that. Are we sure? Are we sure Pastor Justin recorded it? Maybe it was Bishop. I feel like St. James should be held accountable. Well, St. James ain't have nothing to do with the recording. He was just told what was reported to him. St. James was told what was reported to him. So Um, let's say if it wasn't, let's say if it was Pastor Edward's voice, who recorded it? If he didn't record it, who did record it? And let's say it wasn't his voice. Well, St. James was told that it was his voice, and that's why he did the video that he did. So that's that. Hey, hey, K Rich. How you doing, sugar? You have no clue what's going on here. It's you have to follow all the lives, Zero. You have to follow all the lives, Zero Likeness. So you have to start with Conscious TV live from Friday night, or it was Saturday, either Friday or Saturday. You have to go over there and start with Conscious TV, and then from Conscious TV go over to St. James, and then from St. James go back to Conscious TV, and then from Conscious TV go back to St. James to catch up, because there was a whole series of recordings. Yeah, yeah, those were the amounts of super chats that were dropped. That Fatima moderator reacts anything about Larry Reed remarks unfavorable, but keeps Bernard Jordan bad remarks. These moderators are. Was she erasing it, or was Thais? Thais, you ain't hear our Thais. Was Fatima erasing those comments, or were you in the clouds sniping them comments? Cause y'all remember Thais, and I'm not saying he was. I'm not accusing him of anything, but y'all remember Thais is a moderator also. So who was sniping the comments? Hey, King Job Show, thank you for coming in. No, I have a better question. What is the point of all this BS? This is getting stupid. Well, it's content. It's feeding the sector. I don't know. The point for me is that it's content. You know, like I said last night, I wasn't going to say anything else until something else came out. But you know, I mean, what is the point of anything? What is the point of what's the boy name who was for years he was over there at Pastor Winans church, not Pastor Sapp church. What's the boy name? Y'all keep talking about Myron. And he was over there at Pastor Sapp church, obviously being a musician over there. And then he got to the Koji convention, and Bishop Shear brought him up there and said, "What church you go to?" And he told me, "Home. What you talking about?" What's the point of bringing that up? What's the point of talking about Brian Carn? What's the point of doing any of this? What's the point of any of this? We've been doing this been done for years. What's the point of any of it? That's a good question, but we do it. Justin Edward was smart because he said, "I never recorded Bernard Jordan. He never said that another person on a three-way couldn't have recorded the conversation. It was true word salad." Well, yep. William was paid to carry the storyline, period. Yep. Yeah, I don't think nobody's doubting that. How you doing, AP? We're going to just say 502 AP. I don't think nobody's doubting that. You know, William don't work for the free 99. William is no free working hoe. He don't work for the free 99. So, and really big TV, what you still doing up, sugar? Let's see. I think St. James was somewhat vindicated, but I also think that he learned a valuable lesson. Come on here. I need to pin this one. I need to pin this. I need to keep this one up. Pamela Hall said, and see, me and Pamela is biased, but we ain't got to be biased no more because he was vindicated. I think there was a portion of me and Pamela that knew we had known it. Anyway, let me read this comment and stop acting silly. I think that St. James was somewhat vindicated, but I also think he learned a valuable lesson. I'm glad he apologized, and hopefully he won't make the same mistake. And then she's saying, giving greetings to everybody. Yeah, that's a perfect. I agree with that totally. She gonna come in and just say, "Ma'am, we both should be asleep, but we both got to go to work in the morning." I bet a lot of folks in the chat got to go to work in the morning. What time is it? Oh Lord, it's 1:30. Prophet announcer was just on St. James show about 3 days ago, so that's not at all? What's not true at all, Catherine? What's not true? Let's see. I'm already tired of this mess. I hope it doesn't drag on like the Jake's drama. None of this stuff is that interesting or important. It's so much going on in the world church sector. Yeah. Hey, I hear y'all when y'all say so much going on in the world. Do y'all not think that we all live it? I mean, like it's a lot going on in the world, but we still watch football. There's a lot going on in the world, but we still watch TV. This is is well, I shouldn't say it's entertaining because it does involve people's life, but you know, listen, anything that you're not interested in, just stop watching. It's that simple. Just stop watching. Anything that I'm no longer interested in, I stop watching. I don't wonder why other people watch it. I'm not into celebrities at all, none. But I don't be like, why people interested in celebrities? I'm not interested in it. I just don't pay attention. I just don't follow it. But I don't be questioning why other people do it. You know why other people do it? Because they want to. Because I'm not interested. So there's obviously some folks interested because it was like 800 folks in that chat. It sure was. It was 800 folks in that chat. Does anybody know the context of the conversation? Like, what even are we talking about? Go if K Rich, if you go over there and watch Williams, just fast forward to about mid, and then he talks about the recording. Even play it. It's a little distorted, but he even play it, and it'll probably clarify some of it for you. Why didn't Jordan and Manasseh bring it up when their platform, but let St. James go ahead with approval for them? I'm assuming these were rhetorical questions because y'all know I don't know, right? Hold on, let me roll over and ask Bernard Jordan. Bishop Jordan. Okay, he's not here, so I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if Marvin Sapp gave him walking papers. It sure sound. I wonder if the Church of God in Christ gave him walking papers, or he just decided to come clean. He decided to just come clean. I'm saying that because if there is an audio, play it. If there's evidence, show it. If there's the whole game to get everybody talking, absolutely. King Jobs, I said that earlier. I said the same thing earlier that I felt like maybe the audio came out prematurely. I felt like they were gonna y'all can fill in the days was going to just keep doing these accusations and these accusations planting seeds of deception a little bit. So when the audio did come out, then, even though you'll think you heard something that you didn't hear because you've been told what was there. You ever seen where somebody was told something so long and then when something come out, it'd be like, that ain't even what it says, but you can't convince the person that that's not what it says because they was convinced and told that for so long. A little bit of mind manipulation. A little bit of mind manipulation. But hopefully, since they're already saying it and they already got it out here, hopefully they'll go ahead and put the audio out or everybody will move on. But that's just, I said that last night. Put the audio out, everybody move on, and then now we have this. So it's like you said, Jives, it's the song that never ends. And the choices that we have is to walk away from it. If you're tired of it, walk away from it. I got tired of the beast sector. I walked away from it. That's what you do. Because everybody else is still interested in, they're going to stay in, and they're going to stay and pay attention. That's just how it is. St. James is smart. He knows when to recant. I think that you mean recant there. Retract and apologize publicly, and not add on to the mess. No one wants a lawsuit. Well, and I also think that if you feel like if the guy was wrong, then he apologized. That's just showing character. Organically, Shawnee says, poor St. James, that pastor chick. honey, only for William to come back and say, hey, it was you. William said he lied. There was lies told. He was lying. That's what William said. Now, Pastor Ellis, that was not my words. That was William's word. William said you was lying. I ain't say it because I don't know. I don't know none of these people. Adonna said, people say they tired of it, but we are not forced to see it. Exactly. You know, if you're tired of it, stop watching. Stop watching. That's all. It's simple. Stop watching. If William heard the alleged recording, why wasn't it shared with St. James if it was actually exist? The pastor did say last night people don't want him to start talking. Well, listen, Pastor, obviously they do want you to start talking, sir, because they done called you a liar. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you got a truth, go on and tell it. If you got a truth, go on tell it or not. But you know, they out here talking, honey. Yeah. And listen, y'all assuming St. James have not revealed what he did hear, when he heard it, if he heard it, if he didn't hear it, if he did hear it. He hasn't revealed any of that. So y'all are making assumptions. Y'all are making some assumptions. Y'all don't know how this thing went down. And I understand that. You know, we that's the only thing we can do is speculate. So we don't know. We don't know. We just sitting here talking about it and speculating. I was rolling. I mean, you know, y'all asking me like he laying right here. Like, hey, Bernard Jordan. I know he ain't because he got a wife. I know he ain't. So I don't know. I don't know that man. I don't know that man. I don't know the answers to these questions. I know the pastor was scratching the truth, but I don't think it looks bad because it was proven today that there is a recording, in my opinion. Yeah, I think we always knew there was a recording. The question ain't, is there a recording? The question at this point is the content of the recording. The content in the recording. That's the question. I think it's out the window. And then so one question is the content of the recording, and then another question is who recorded it. So those two questions: what's the content, and who recorded it? And then once we answer those questions, we're probably gonna have some more questions. Why? What's the motive? What's the purpose? Jessica says, Catherine, I just wish that Jordan supported St. James on the live today like they did William. Bottom line, William and Thais can't stand St. James. William hates jives. William will sell his soul to the devil or the highest bidder for cash. You don't like William, huh? You kind of don't like William, do you? Ooh, I'm sleepy. Let me take my butt to bed. See. Mad Church Disease is the friends with the man who Larry Reed sent the email to. Did that friend tell Mad Church Disease he actually heard a recording? I think that the friend Mike only was the person that, and I think his name was Mike, was the friend. I think he was just the person that they mutually know, and that was the way of Larry getting in touch with Mad Church Disease. I don't think he had anything to do with all of this. Well, you know, that's what I said. You know, it was going to be a nothing burger, but they was going to fill us up with, and I could still be wrong because we still don't have the whole story. I could still be wrong. Right. We still don't know who recorded it, nor the entire context of the recording. Exactly. Exactly. That is exactly. Well, thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate y'all coming in tonight, and maybe tomorrow I will do a longer video with some of the clips of what was said. Uh-oh, here come Thais. Somebody told me you asked for me. I did ask a question earlier. What was my question that I asked earlier about Thais? I asked a question earlier. What was it? Let me think and see if it come back to me. God, I asked a question. I asked, "Were you in here?" And I asked something. Do y'all recall what it was? Do y'all recall what it was? Well, while we got you here, I don't know whether you interested in talking about it, but William said that you called him concerning the audio being given over to. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I asked, were you the one that sniped? Because somebody in the chat said that every comment that was against Larry Reed, that it was being deleted. So I was saying that that you may have been in the clouds deleting them. So I asked, because see, I'm not one that's going to assume anything. If I got something to ask, I'm just going to ask flat out. I'm just going to ask it flat out. So I was asking, were you the ones that was deleting the comments, or was it all the other lady? Look at you, was in here the whole time, Lady Dimples. Y'all, I would like y'all to introduce y'all to the person who originally sent the $49.99 text to, or super chat to William, asking him about the relationship between him and Larry Reed. Were they still cool or no? And that's that. That to me was the day that the whole thing kicked off. Lord, so much division, so much. He blocked you for no reason at all, just nothing. Ain't nothing happened. You just dropped in the chat and boom, you were blocked. There was no interchange, no engagement, none. It's just blocked, just blocked. Let's see, was William interjecting Bishop Daniels and Justin's interactions? I don't know who neither one of those people. Oh, I know who. Can you call him Pastor Edwards, please? We gonna respect the man. We gonna use titles in here. Just we can use titles. Yeah, they be blocking his super chats because you was ready to send him another $49.99, weren't you? Oh God. But yeah, that was my question, Thais. Wait, was it okay, there y'all have it. Let me leave that right there. He said he was not even in the chat. He said he wasn't in the chat at all. Well, he had a lot to say. He said that you called him when Conscious TV went live and said that that Larry had gave over the audios to Conscious TV, which that wasn't that big of a much of a tea, because you said clearly in your live, when you went live, that you didn't think it was a good idea for Larry to give Conscious TV those recordings anyway. And it's seeming like it turned out to not be a good idea. But I don't know. I don't want to say anything because I don't want you to think that I'm trying to bring any division between you and William. I'm just saying what was said. William did a lot of, in my opinion, throwing under the bus thing. See, I was watching my TV. Goddess Fatima was the only mod tonight. So there y'all have it. Goddess Fatima. If y'all felt like I didn't really see any comments against Larry Reed being deleted, and I was actually, it's very, very, very rare that I read a chat. Very rare that I read a chat. But I was reading the chat. I was actually paying attention to the chat because I was looking for what Justin Edwards was saying, Pastor Edwards was saying, and I really didn't take notice to her deleting any comments that was being said about Larry Reed. The accusation was that she was deleting negative comments against Larry Reed, believing the comments that were said about Bernard Jordan. I don't know. People was just going at it in the chat and pretty much saying what they want to say, and it seemed like she was letting it go, but I don't know. So. Okay. No offense to Thais, but let's be real. He the only one that is in friendship with William. Don't give not one, two about Thais. That's just facts. No offense to Thais, but let's be real. He the only one that's in friendship. William don't give not one, not two about Thais. That's just a fact. So you're saying that you, in your opinion, that Thais is a good friend to William, but William not so much to Thais. Is that what you're saying? Organically, Shanae? And I don't think that people say things like that because they want folks to fall out. I think people just that's what they see. They see you being a good friend to him, and maybe him not back. It had to be in him. Also, he does it on his own channel when I comment. He could block people without dropping down. We all know. The man just said, listen, Thais is the type of person I think he like me. If somebody would say, Cruiser, was that you in there sniping people out the sky? If somebody asked me flat out, and if it was me, I would say, yeah, I think Thais, if that was him, he would have like, yeah, I was striking their ass. I think I think he would have said it. I think he would have said it is. Yeah, I strike all of them. I strike them. Yeah, I think he would have just admitted to him. So when he said he didn't, then he didn't. I heard what William said. I don't think it was a big deal either, Cruiser. Okay. Yeah, yeah. When he first said it, I was like, "Ooh." Hmm. He said Thais called him, but then I thought about it. I said, "Well, Thais did make it plain in his chat that he didn't think it was a good idea for those recordings or those audios to go over to Conscious." Well, God didn't give no preachers titles. Larry said himself. Thais knows everything big and saw them when God didn't give no preachers titles. So Apostle Paul, Faith Wisdom, are you Faith Wisdom, you just what word I want to use? You just contrary. I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm contrary sometime too. We're gonna agree to disagree. People have titles. I don't mind. You listen. I don't mind using people's titles. It takes nothing away from me. It takes absolutely nothing away from me. If somebody want to be called evangelist, I'm gonna call them evangelist. Somebody want to be called doctor, I'm gonna call them a doctor. It takes nothing away from me it's just out of respect. There's no such thing as sniping out of the sky. If I block somebody from the chat, it will show in the chat that I blocked them. I just hope that St. James said about the pastor Justin doesn't hurt his ministry, calling the pastor saying that he record calls, etc. He really defamed Pastor Justin badly. Listen, listen. If it's true, it's not. If that's your opinion, people have opinions. People have all types of negative opinions of TD Jakes have for years, and it ain't hurt TD Jakes' ministry one iota. What's her name? Leandra, my girl Leandra. My girl Leandra, y'all mess with her all the time. She get arrested for walking on the sidewalk, and she still get invited places. It ain't hurt her one bit. Kurt Franklin, he be gyrating and front humping. It ain't hurt him one bit. Y'all need to stop with all of this sympathy stuff, okay? Just knock it off. If you like Pastor Edwards, that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm cool with that. But let's not try to manipulate people into anything. If he recorded it, that was the St. James' opinion of it. If you recorded it, that's what's his opinion of it. Now the man said that he didn't record the man. He said that didn't record and he didn't think that his voice was on the audio. Well, the audio was put out, and folks saying that that's his voice on the audio. He went over there. He said, St. James, you's a liar. You's a lie. Y'all lying on me. Yet, there are some people that still saying that's your voice on the audio. Somebody else said, I heard his voice. That was his voice. They messaged me. So, all of this, he got a family. Listen, he didn't know he had a family when he was recording folks. Allegedly, if he was recording folks, allegedly, if that was him, he know his responsibilities then. Ty said he don't see none of y'all because he don't block all y'all asses. How about that for some blocking? Y'all gonna make me start cussing. Father God. I said, Miss Cruiser, too, we just heard Pastor Justin say to St. James, I had 2 extra rows of people at my church this morning. It helped him today with offering. Oh, yeah. I was in the chat. I was the one in the chat saying, yeah, I was down at church. I don't know what you preached like before, but you preached today. You preached pretty good today. Now I couldn't tell you what you preached last week or last year because I ain't never heard of Pastor Edwards before last night. But so I was one of the ones that went over to the live stream to hear to watch the service. Sure was. I was, and probably watch it again at some point. St. James already apologized to the man in public, so what is the problem? Ty ain't never listen. Thais ain't never playing. Okay, he ain't never playing. Only moderators can see when another moderator blocks someone, not the people in the chat. Yeah, I didn't think we could see it. I thought that it was that only the person, and that's why people say sniping from the air. Because sometimes I have gotten hit, and I ain't know I got hit in King Jive's chat. I don't know who hit me. I couldn't. It didn't tell me. It didn't tell me or nobody else. Who hit me. So sometimes you can block a person and not know where only the channel holder or other moderators can see where that came from, where it came from. I hate the Sims overdose. The way I just happened, um, the way I just hopped up and grabbed my phone, I said, I know this ain't cruising in my ear at 1 something in the morning. Honey, ain't that something? I'm gonna hate myself in the morning. I'm gonna hate myself and all y'all temporarily. I ain't gonna hate you forever, but I'm gonna get up in the morning. I'm gonna cuss every one of you out, even though it's my fault having my grown ass up here at night, knowing that I gotta log in the morning and work, and maybe have to pick up my grandson. I may even have to go pick up my grandson, take him to daycare. My daughter, she'll wait. She'll wait till in the morning and call me at 7 o'clock in the morning and tell me. And my grandson, my daughter, my grandson, they live a city away. It ain't like they live around the corner up the street. They live a city away. And I'm sitting up here on here. But anyway, thank y'all for coming in. We're gonna see. We're gonna see as soon as I think that's all. That's it. It's over. Nothing else. Hey, Tasha Global. Greetings. Yeah, so much is going on. I keep saying they want me to, as soon as I keep thinking I'm going to pack it up and shut it down, there's something else that perks my interest and make me want to talk. As soon as I was like, well, okay, that's it. I think that's all. I think there's nothing else there. I'm going to go on about my business. Then it'd be something else there. I said, Lord, Father God, what's going on here? Um, not go with God. Lord Jesus. Can we all just get along? Anyway, I think I'm done here. So I just didn't feel like it tonight. I didn't have my extra device with me, but maybe perhaps tomorrow I will play some of the audio, some of the things that just a few clips that William said that I felt like was significant. And like I said, I just put it out there because, folks be thinking they be having some gotcha moments. So let me put it out there. Yes, I did. I went right over there to the Instagram and I messaged Pastor Justin Edwards, and I said, I have a channel over there on YouTube. If you want to come over and tell your side, I sure did. Okay, so let me throw that out there in case somebody said, oh, did y'all heard it, Cruiser? I did. You heard it from me first. Now, will he answer me? Probably not, but I did throw it out there. Y'all just cutting up. Yeah, yeah. Like we say, something we say over in the beef sector. Oh, thank you, sugar. I went years not liking my voice. Something we say over in the beef sector is feeding the churn. Y'all know churn is children. It's feeding the churn. All of this is feeding the churn, feeding the sector, giving the sector is giving the sector some something to talk about, something to do content on. Not that there's not anything else. We know that everybody in the sector is multi talented and can really talk about other things. But you know what? When we talk about other things, y'all don't want to hear about it. Y'all just want to hear some mess. Y'all don't want no healthy food. Y'all don't want no healthy food. Y'all just want junk food. Y'all just want fast food. Y'all want junk. So that's what we feed you. Thank you, Thais. Thank you, Sugar. Thais is gonna always make sure a cruiser get paid. And cruiser so appreciate it. Well, listen, I'm sleepy when I start doing myself in the third in the third party or the second party. How is it? I done got sleepy, y'all. Okay. It took me all that for me to show it. It says, I live rent free in these people's head and I don't even know half of them. Oh honey, I'm very familiar with that. I'm very familiar with that. Honey. That's how I used to be when I used to be over in that other sector. I used to be like, I don't even know y'all people can't stand me and I don't even know who y'all are. I don't even recognize your name. Now I know all my folks over here in the church sector because this is where I originated from. But when I used to be with the beef sector, I used to be like, I don't even know some of you people. I don't even know who you are. Of course, I know Catherine Powell, though. Anyway, all right, y'all. Let me go on here. Thank you again, Thais, for dropping in chat, and thank you for the super chat. I always appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming in. It seems like there's going to be more. Like I said, I may go live tomorrow and see. You know, I may drop the link. I want to hear from subscribers. Y'all know I said I was going to start dropping the link for the subscribers and let y'all have a voice, so let y'all know for y'all to tell me what y'all feel about it. How do y'all feel about this? What are your thoughts? Just like, my question of the night, was St. James vindicated? Was he vindicated? There was about 3 of you that said that he was not vindicated, and there was others of you who actually said that he's owed an apology. So I may come back tomorrow, play a few of the clips of what William said tonight, and let y'all decide of whether or not St. James is vindicated. So there's still questions. We still don't have any clarity. We still don't have any clarities, and we are not going to pretend like we have any clarity. We still want to know what is the context and the content of the audio. What is being said in the audio? Who is saying it? Is it indeed Justin Edwards? Is it just about Bishop Bernard Jordan getting him a apartment or a penthouse? Was there more to it than him just getting a penthouse? Who recorded this audio? Why did this person record this audio? Why did Calvin Blake have it? Why did Calvin Blake send it to Larry? Why did Dr. Larry Reed, why did he send it to Marcellus? Well, he already said why he sent it to Marcellus, and Marcellus talked about that tonight. So we can scratch that off the question list. We can scratch that off the question list. But I still ask, if you ain't want it told, y'all ever see Devil in a Blue Dress? I love these books. Walter Mosley. Walter Mosley write a series of books. And one of the main characters in the book is Mousy. And I'm trying to remember what the detective name is, and I'm so sleepy I can't remember. But the main detective in this series, what was his name? What was Denzel Washington played the part of this detective. But anyway, So he told Mousy, he said, don't shoot. I'm going to leave you in here with this guy to watch this guy. Don't shoot him. Do not shoot him. And God, what is his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't read every Easy Rollins. Easy Rollins. I love Easy Rollins. I've read every single. Well, I'm on the last book. I'm gonna read it when on the plane when we go to when we fly out to Tampa for the cruise. But and I'll probably finish it on the cruise. But I love Easy Rollins series with Walter Mosley, and Easy Rollins told Mousy, "Don't shoot him." And when he got back, the man was dead. And Easy said, "What did you shoot him for?" He said, "Why?" He said, if you didn't want him dead, what you leaving him with me for?" That came to mind when I have this question. If you didn't want the audio out there and you didn't want the audio talked about, why did you pass it around? And why did you give it to William McRae? William McRae is Mousy with a gun. If you don't want him dead, what you give him to William McRae for? That's the last person to give it to. That is the last person. William gonna tell it. He gonna tell it. He can't hold water. He gonna tell it. Why did you, if you did want it told, why did you pass it around to all these people? Now, there was a few people that would have never told it. I was listening to Thais the other night, and Thais was like, listen, Thais, you said one time that what I was saying was like a master class. What you were saying was like a master class. He said, you think I'm a, Thais said, I can afford a $15,000 retainer for an attorney. Well, you think I want to spend my money that way? I ain't stupid. I said, amen. So my question is, Easy Rollins, if you ain't want them dead, why you leaving with Mousy? If you ain't want these recordings out, if they were supposed to stay with us, why you give it to William McRae? Y'all remember to live in peace on purpose, and no matter what you're going through, know all is well. I'm going to have to tell myself all day at work tomorrow as I am sleepy and trying real hard not to snap on folk because I'm sleepy, that all is well. Tell your heart that, tell your mind that, till it lines up with your faith and manifest in your life. All is well. Y'all have a good night.